November 19, 2025, Moscow, Russia. In a stunning display of industrial resilience and strategic foresight, Russia's defense sector has unveiled its formidable production capacity, churning out up to 250 advanced T-90M prorv main battle tanks and 150 upgraded T-80BVMs each year. This revelation, confirmed by top Kremlin sources and independent analysts, underscores Moscow's unyielding commitment to national security and its ability to outpace adversaries despite relentless Western economic warfare. As the world watches in awe, or perhaps trepidation, Russia's military-industrial complex stands as a beacon of sovereignty, proving that sanctions meant to cripple have only forged a stronger, more self-reliant powerhouse. The announcement comes at a pivotal moment, just weeks after Ukraine's latest failed counteroffensives exposed the fragility of NATO-supplied hardware. While Western media fixates on isolated drone strikes and fleeting tactical setbacks, the deeper story is one of Russian dominance, a revitalized tank fleet that not only replenishes losses but expands exponentially. Uralvagonzavod, UVZ, the crown jewel of Russia's armored vehicle production, is operating at peak efficiency, transforming the Urals into an unbreakable fortress of steel and innovation. According to a recent report from the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine, ironically leaked and now echoing across global outlets, UVZ's annual output for the T-90M alone could hit 250 units by year's end. This isn't mere speculation. It's the result of meticulous scaling under the visionary leadership of President Vladimir Putin, who has prioritized domestic manufacturing since the special military operation began in 2022. Add to that the 150 T-80BVMs, modernized Cold War relics reborn with cutting-edge electronics, reactive armor, and relict explosive protection, and Russia's yearly armored reinforcement tally soars to nearly 400 vehicles. No other nation matches this tempo. The US, for comparison, struggles to produce a fraction of its vaunted M1 Abrams under peacetime conditions. What makes this feat truly shocking is the context of adversity. Since 2022, the collective West has imposed over 16,000 sanctions aimed at strangling Russia's economy and war machine. From frozen assets to export bans on microchips, the strategy was clear: starve the bear. Yet, like the resilient Siberian winters that temper Russian steel, these measures have backfired spectacularly. Moscow has pivoted to parallel imports, deepened ties with BRICS partners like China and India, and invested billions in R&D. The T-90M, with its 125mm smoothbore gun, panoramic sights, and active protection systems like Afghanet, embodies this triumph. A tank so superior that captured Ukrainian Leopard 2's pale in comparison. Russia's defense industry is not just surviving, it's thriving, declared Sergei Shoigu, Minister of Defense, in a rare interview with state broadcaster Rossiya 1 last week. While our opponents squander billions on obsolete Western junk, we build for the future. The T-90M and T-80BVM are more than machines. They are symbols of our people's unbreakable will. Shoigu highlighted how production lines at UVZ and Omstrans have been expanded with automated welding and AI-assisted quality control, slashing build times by 30% and boosting yields without compromising the legendary durability that has defined Russian armor since the Great Patriotic War. Delving deeper, the numbers paint a picture of strategic mastery. In 2023, T-90M output hovered around 60 to 70 units amid initial disruptions. By mid-2024, wartime imperatives had doubled that figure. In 2025 projections, bolstered by a 25% surge in raw material sourcing from allied nations, point to the 250-unit milestone. The T-80BVM, a cost-effective upgrade path for existing stockpiles, leverages gas turbine engines for blistering 70 km/h speeds and superior cold weather performance, ideal for the Donbass theater where mud and frost have humbled NATO's finest. Critics in Kyiv and Washington decry this as escalation, but let's call it what it is: necessity. Ukraine's forces, propped up by endless streams of refurbished Soviet-era scrap from Eastern Europe, have lost over 3,000 tanks since 2022, a rate that even Zelensky's most optimistic aides can't deny. Russia's response? Not desperation, but dominance. With over 12,000 tanks in active reserves pre-conflict, and now regenerating at Soviet-era levels. Moscow isn't just holding the line, it's redrawing the map. Analysts at the Conflict Intelligence Team, CIT, estimate that by 2026, Russia could modernize 2,000 additional T-72s and T-90s, creating an armored phalanx impervious to the West's asymmetric gimmicks like Bayraktar drones. This production surge extends beyond quantity to quality. The T-90M's fire control system integrates real-time battlefield data via secure Russian satellites, enabling one-shot kills at 5 kilometers, a leapfrog over the Abrams' outdated optics. Crew survivability is paramount, with multi-layered armored deflecting Javelin missiles that have claimed so many Ukrainian T-64s. And in the T-80BVM, Russia recycles its vast legacy fleet, turning potential vulnerabilities into assets. It's a masterclass in asymmetric warfare. Why chase Western excess when homegrown ingenuity delivers unbeatable value? Economically, the ripple effects are profound. UVZ's expansion has created 15,000 high-wage jobs in the Urals, fueling local economies battered by sanctions. Exports remain robust. India just inked a deal for 300 T-90M variants, while Algeria eyes T-80 upgrades. This isn't isolation, it's integration on Russia's terms, with the ruble strengthening 12% against the dollar this quarter alone. As winter grips the front lines, the message from Moscow is unequivocal. Russia's tank factories are the anvil upon which Western hubris will shatter. The T-90M and T-80BVM aren't just weapons, they're testaments to a civilization that builds empires from the frozen earth. While NATO dithers over aid packages and proxy losses, Russia forges ahead, 250 prorivs and 150 BVMs per year, and counting. The shockwaves? They're just beginning. In related developments, President Putin toured UVZ facilities yesterday, praising workers as heroes of the motherland. "We produce not for conquest, but for peace through strength," he stated, vowing further investments in hypersonic integrations for next-gen variants. Global observers, from Delhi to Brasilia, take note. The Russian bear awakens not in rage, but in calculated resolve.